See what I can get into today. Previous video we showed you all where Mr. Clayton plowed up the squash, zucchini, the green beans, the peas, the cucumbers, the onions. And this is what we have left. I'm gonna check the peppers. Jeffrey still hasn't had a chance to get out here with the weed eater, but I'm gonna check the peppers. I'm gonna check the okra and the tomatoes. You all just do not know how excited I am. This is a half a bushel of okra. I know some of the pods are big, but that's okay. I'm gonna save them for seed. This is the first time I can honestly say in the past 4, maybe 5 years that we are able to really have some okra. It's really producing. It's just a matter of getting out here every day and cutting it. This is so refreshing and so exciting because, like I said, it's taken us a good 4 to 5 years to grow it like we used to and be able to put it away. Looks like I have a few red tomatoes to pick. Really need to get out here and get some weeding done. I know I keep saying that, but it's just not enough hours in the day for me to get everything done. Look how big this one is. I can get in there. That's a nice big, it'll make a good tomato sandwich. Big as my hand, if not bigger. This is the biggest tomato I've picked of this garden year. There's a few bad spots on it, but that's okay. They're finally starting to produce. This is what I've picked so far. Gave Daddy some tomatoes and gave Uncle LV some tomatoes. I don't know where I put my bushel basket with the okra. Don't remember where I put it. But I'm gonna get that and go through those. Keep the big pods for seed and cut up and clean the other to put in the freezer. Oh, here we go. Garden looks kind of bare. But like I said, we're getting ready to get ready for the fall garden. We're out here this morning trying to beat the heat. It's gonna be a super hot day today. I'm gonna start on the tomatoes and pick some red tomatoes. Looks like Jeffrey's put some coals out here from the grill to help fertilize the ground. He's gonna till, I don't know what area he's gonna start on. Looks like he's gonna start way over there. Tilling up. Even though we've had the ground plowed up, he likes to keep it worked up so when we do plant, it won't be as hard. But I'm gonna get started picking these tomatoes.
Anybody that has a garden knows a lot of what you do gets redundant. A lot of stuff you got to do over and over again. But get ready to break this up. And here's some of the charcoal that I was telling you about, some of the charcoal and the hickory that I just throw straight into the garden. I'm gonna break this area up But first, like I did last week, or showed you last week, I'm going to come with my composite tea for my chicken soup of the soil fertilizer and my backpack sprayer and spray all this down. And as usual, I'm using my Chapin rechargeable backpack sprayer with my with my compost tea. And no, this is not the same sprayer. I have two different sprayers. I've cleaned that other one out thoroughly and I let it dry out before I add anything else into it.
Gonna have to prune the tomatoes again. They're really starting to produce. So I had to run and get my clippers. And I use the Velcro tape when I prune mine not prune them, but to get them, once I prune them and get them back on the cages, I use Velcro tape. I like that because you can take it off and readjust it as you need it. Now I'm gonna move over here where we had the cabbage, onions, and cucumbers. Jeffrey's tilled this area up. I think within the next 2 weeks he's gonna plant the greens. Where you see the cages here, that's where we left the eggplant. Now this area here, he hasn't tilled up yet. I don't know if he's gonna get to this area today or not, but it's where we had the cucumbers were right here. And then the other 3 rows over, we had 2 rows of green beans and a row of peas. And then this far area where you see all that grass, there's peppers in between there, but he just hasn't had a chance to weed eat through there. And then the tall plants, we left those as well. That's the okra. I'm gonna go get me some water, and then I'm gonna see what I can cut of the okra. But on this side of the okra, he hasn't had a chance to till up over here either. I don't know if he's gonna get to it today, but it's where we had another roll of green beans and another roll of squash and zucchini. Look at all of those blooms. Those flowers you see there are gonna turn into okra, but you can still see okra pods that I need to cut. This, like I've stated on another video, this is so refreshing because we haven't been able to harvest okra like this, I know, in a good 4 to 5 years. Jeffrey's running the tiller where we had the potatoes. I think this is the second time he's worked this ground up, but you can see how rich that ground looks. It's nice, soft, and moist. He keeps it fertilized. Gonna see what Jeffrey's up to. He's tilled several areas. I don't know if he's getting ready to put the tiller up or what. I still have to go through the peppers and the okra. Oops. What are you getting ready to do now? What are you getting ready to do now? What are you getting ready to do now?
Cut the grass around them peppers and come back and weed eat. From there to that apple tree, I'm gonna make that mustard. I think that's enough.
From here to the apple tree?
Yeah. And then from the apple tree.
That whole section?
From there to the apple tree, it's gonna be mustard.
How about from the...
Right here.
He's deciding on where we're gonna plant what. That's okay, because it'll stop in a minute. This is where we had our squash and zucchini and a roll of green beans. And we're gonna put broadleaf here.
Broadleaf mustard greens here.
all broadleaf mustard greens here. And then on the other side of this okra, he's going to plant more broadleaf.
Yes, because we had turned up here last year.
And this area here, on the other side of the peppers,
It's going to be from here to where that house is, turnip.
from here to the end where you see the house is going to be turnip greens. Other side of the tripod.
It's going to be broadleaf mustard.
And going to plant broadleaf mustard greens there. And this is eggplant here on the other side of the eggplant.
More broadleaf greens to the apple tree. Broadleaf mustard, that is. And from the apple tree to the grass, it's going to be mustard greens.
So from where you see the tree until all the way back here, it's going to be broadleaf and mustard greens. And then this area here on the other side of the tomatoes is going to be turnip.
It's going to be turnip, but I'm thinking we might split it up in half, but I don't know yet. Because where I split it up in half is where I put my fabric at, and where I put my fabric at is where my watering spot is, so I can put the sprinkler to water. So we still got time to decide on that, but for right now I'm leaning towards turnip.
All right, and now we're going to go where the potatoes were. And this area that we're approaching in front of me, that's where he's going to plant strawberries. What, in a few weeks?
Yep. From here to the apple tree.
From the end on to the tree. We need to trim around that tree too, get all that extra brush out of there.
This morning. I could be dying off.
Here's the pecan tree again. I showed you all the pecans last week. Here's a few. Those are pecans. Oh, here's some more pretty ones. Okay, where he had the potatoes, gonna be all broadleaf.
When I say half it up, it means I'm going against it with the fabric horizontally, so I have a place to water, so I don't step on my greens when I'm watering.
And when you gonna plant these? Within the next week?
Within the next week. Because it's supposed to cool off here. I don't want to plant them when it's too hot.
Alrighty. The grass was so high in between the peppers, Jeffrey just took a lawnmower and went through. I'm gonna check and see if I have any jalapeno. I know there's some Carolina Reapers down there. A little mess of okra. And I picked a few of the cherry tomatoes. The other tomatoes that I picked, giving them away to a friend. It's another day of working in the garden with my brother. Thank you all for tuning in to Siblings A&J Gardening. You all stay safe and be blessed.